The Fragrance of Lonely Books. Chapter 1 Accidental Time Travel. Lin Xiao, a young man who had just graduated from the Chinese department of a university, encountered a bizarre car accident on his way home before he had time to celebrate the graduation ceremony. When he opened his eyes again, what caught his eye was not the familiar city streetscape, but an antique study. This is... where? Lin Xiao rubbed his eyes and saw a word hanging on the wall, 100 years of ancestral teachings, diligent study of literature. Standing next to him stood an old man with a white beard, with a reverent and serious expression. It was his father, Lin Moken, a down-and-out scholar. Zia Yao, my only copy is a family heirloom. You must protect it and not let it be lost. There was a tremor in Lin Moken's tone, but his eyes were firm. Lin Xiao was shocked to find that he had not only traveled back to ancient times, but also became the eldest son of this down-and-out scholarly family. Chapter 2 Ruined Academy. Lin Xiao walked out of the study, and in front of him was a devastated house. The bricks and tiles in the yard are mottled and the trees are withered and yellow, but you can still feel the atmosphere of the former scholarly family. He heard small footsteps coming from the corner of the courtyard. It was the servant of the family, Lu Xiaoqing. Master, although the family is down, the book is still there, you have to work hard. Lu Xiaoqing's eyes flashed with worry and respect. Lin Xiao nodded silently, but a strange sense of excitement surged in his heart. Isn't this the life he dreamed of when he was studying in college? Although it was difficult, he had the opportunity to revive the family business. Chapter 3 The Ancestral Teachings Are in the Heart. From his sickbed, Lin Moken instructed Lin Xiao, our ancestors have taught us to respect and cherish our parents, love all those around us, and devote our spare time to studying literature. Illness is a barrier to success. Lin Xiao held his father's hand and vowed to abide by the ancestral teachings. However, life is not easy because of this. Although the Lin family has produced 5 generations of literati, they are now extremely depressed, surrounded by creditors, and neglected. Chapter 4 The First Test of Edge. Lin Xiao decided to start by sorting out the orphan books at home. He carefully spread out the ancient books, and every page was like the breath of history. He found that it contained many unpublished poems and essays, which were of great research value. Just as he was immersed in the beauty of ancient books, a stranger suddenly appeared at the door of Lin's house. Young Master Lin, I heard that you have a unique book in your family, I wonder if you are willing to lend it. The stranger looked strange and his tone was full of tentativeness. Lin Xiao vigilantly took back the solitary book, secretly deciding in his heart, protecting the solitary book is not only a promise to his father, but also the key to reviving the family business. Chapter 5 Entering the School for the First Time. Lin Xiao followed his father's arrangement during his lifetime, began to visit nearby academies, determined to revive his family with his literary talents. However, he soon discovered that his time in the ancient academy was not all smooth sailing. There are many talented people in the academy, but Lin Xiao is looked down upon and ridiculed because of his poor family background. This young Master Lin may only be able to recite poetry, which is not enough to become a great talent. A classmate said disdainfully. Lin Xiao secretly ignited his fighting spirit in his heart. He knew that only by proving himself with strength could he revive the reputation of the Lin family. Participating in the public examination of the academy, facing the scene of all the talents, he secretly encouraged himself nervously, you must win, not only for me, but also for the Lin family. In the examination room, he met a boy in a blue shirt, Chu Yunlin. Chu Yunlin is exceptionally talented, and he has the demeanor of a literati in his every gesture. Lin Xiao secretly thought in his heart, if I can compete with him, I may be able to improve myself. The exam questions are complicated, involving various poems in the subset of classics and history, and Lin Xiao responded flexibly with his knowledge of his previous life, and finally unexpectedly won the middle ranking. Although it is not the first, it has shocked many people. Chapter 7 The Adventure of the Academy. After the exam, Lin Xiao accidentally discovered a hidden stone cave on the back mountain of the academy. The light in the cave was dim, and there was a strange manuscript hidden. The paper was yellowed but full of strange symbols. Just when he was confused, a low cry came, "If you dare to touch this thing, you will bear the consequences." Lin Xiao's heart was shocked, but when he turned around, he saw an old man in white, with picturesque eyebrows and a thick breath. The old man claimed to be a bookkeeper and warned him not to spread the scrolls easily. Lin Xiao secretly wrote down the clues of the manuscript and thought in his heart, this may be another treasure besides the Lin family's solitary book. Chapter 8 Family Debts. Back at the Lin family, Lin Xiao found that the creditors were approaching, and the family could hardly make ends meet. "Master, if you don't pay off your debts as soon as possible, I'm afraid," Lu Xiaoqing reminded in a low voice. Lin Xiao secretly made up his mind, he must use the clues obtained from his literary talent and adventures to gradually resolve the family crisis. He began to raise money by writing, lecturing, and even copying orphan books to sell rubbings, and gradually won the recognition of some country gentry. Chapter 9 The Mystery of Strange Books. The symbols of the strange book aroused Lin Xiao's great interest, and he flipped through the ancient books and found that there was a subtle echo with the solitary books left by his ancestors. In the dead of night, he pondered the arrangement of symbols under the lamp, and finally deciphered part of the content. It hid the family's lost poetry and prose secrets, which are said to make calligraphy and literary talent perfect. Lin Xiao was secretly surprised, thinking, if I can find all the secrets, I can not only revive the Lin family, but may even surpass the brilliance of my ancestors. Chapter 10 Youth Showdown. The Academy held a literary talent competition again, and Lin Xiao met Chu Yunlin. This time, he not only answered the questions with his knowledge, but also cleverly integrated the clues of the ancient scrolls that had just been cracked, which amazed the audience. Chu Yunlin was impressed by him, and the two gradually turned from competitors to confidants, and agreed to explore the mysteries of the ancient scrolls together. Lin Xiao was secretly happy in his heart, with such a friend, the secret of the Lin family's solitary book may be cracked faster. Chapter 11 Family Secrets. One day, Lin Xiao found a letter in the secret room in the basement of his ancestral home, which recorded that his father had secretly communicated with other literati when he was young, and left clues pointing to the Wingxing Tower. The Wingxing Pagoda is a secret place of ancient literati, and legend has it that it contains the supreme wisdom of poetry and calligraphy. Lin Xiao decided to set off, which would be a key step in revitalizing the Lin family. Chapter 12 Night Mountain Road. Lin Xiao and Chu Yunlin embarked on the mountain road at night. The shadows of the mountains and forests were modeled under the moonlight, and occasionally the whispers of unknown birds and beasts were heard. On the way, they met a mysterious woman, Gu Jinexai, who has the ability to foresee danger and claims that she is also looking for Wingxing Tower. The three of them walked together, but they were all wary in their hearts. This road was not trivial and full of dangers. Chapter 13 The Magic Forest. The woodland near Wingxing Pagoda is peculiar and unusual. The trees seem to breathe, and there are occasional illusions of light and shadow in the mist, and even words appear in the air. Lin Xiao used the ancient scroll to crack some illusions, but found that every time he solved the puzzle, it was like a test of his mind. Gu Jinexai reminded softly on the side, Wingxing Pagoda is not a simple treasure, it tests human nature. Lin Xiao's heart was shocked, and he understood that reviving the Lin family required wisdom and morality in addition to knowledge. Chapter 14 Light and Shadow Illusions. Lin Xiao, Chu Yunlin, and Gu Jinexai walked into the depths of the woodland, and countless literary illusions appeared in the fog, as if telling ancient stories. Lin Xiao carefully touched the illusion, the words changed with the sliding of his fingers, and he suddenly saw a poem. If the literary heart is clear, the galaxy will open by itself, if the virtue is right, the treasure will appear by itself. This made him suddenly realize, the trial of Wingxing Tower is not only a test of intelligence, but also a test of character. underscore 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 on. Chapter 15 The Door of Puzzles. The three of them came to an ancient gate, which was densely carved with symbols and scriptures. Chu Yunlin tried to interpret it, but had no clue. Lin Xiao recalled his father's ancestral teachings and the symbols of strange books, combined the two, and accidentally cracked part of the code, and the ancient door slowly opened, revealing a winding stone staircase. Underscore 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 on. Chapter 16 Shadow Trial. The stone steps lead underground, and strange shadows appear in the darkness, and the shadows seem to loom as if they are alive. Gu Chenxi warned, this is a demonic fantasy, and everyone's fears will appear. Lin Xiao's anxiety and low self-esteem flashed in his heart, and the shadow turned into a picture of past failure and contempt. He took a deep breath and silently recited the ancestral admonition, diligence is incompetent. The shadow gradually dissipated in the light, and Lin Xiao felt the power of the fusion of heart and literary talent for the first time. Underscore 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 on. Chapter 17 Fragments of Ancient Scrolls. Deep underground, Lin Xiao found a stone tablet with some ancient scroll contents engraved on it, but it was only fragments. Chu Yunlin suggested, the fragments here corroborate each other with your family's solitary book, and you may be able to spell out a complete secret. Lin Xiao's heart was hot, and he understood that the key to reviving the Lin family was the integration of these fragments. Underscore 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 on. Chapter 18 Poetry and Prose Showdown. After the underground trial, Lin Xiao publicly displayed his new poetry for the first time at a literary meeting held by the academy. The talents present were amazed, and some even secretly questioned, can the young master of the Lin family inherit the context of the 5 dynasties? Lin Xiao cleverly integrated the inspiration of ancient scroll fragments, shocked the audience with his writing, and gradually became famous. Underscore 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 on. Chapter 19 The Conspiracy of Competitors. Lin Xiao's reputation gradually grew, and he also attracted a secret competitor, Shi Huijin, vice president of the college. He was scheming and secretly provoked in an attempt to seize the Lin family's solitary capital. Lin Xiao noticed something was wrong and decided to win by outwitting. He set a clever trap in the academy to expose Shi Huijin's conspiracy to the public. Underscore 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 on. Chapter 20 Family Old Friends. Just as Lin Xiao was busy with college affairs, his family welcomed an unexpected visitor, his father's best friend when he was young, who had advised the Lin family. The old man pointed out how Lin Xiao could maximize the value of the solitary book and provided a secret clue about the family's ancient books. Lin Xiao realized that revitalizing the family business not only relies on literary talent, but also requires wisdom and connections. Underscore 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 on. Chapter 21 Ancient Book Auction. Lin Xiao used fragments of ancient scrolls to design a low-key display of rubbings of ancient books, attracting the attention of local scribes and collectors. The rubbings caused a sensation, not only raising debt funds, but also reviving the reputation of the Lin family, and the villagers gradually regained respect. Lin Xiao was secretly happy in his heart, this is just the beginning, the real challenge is still in Wingxing Tower. Underscore 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 on. Chapter 22 The Legend of Wingxing Tower. Lin Xiao delved into the information left by his father and discovered that there is also a star formation hidden in the legend of the Wingxing Pagoda, which can make the power of poetry and prose condense the entity and even change the family fortune. He began a secret plan to enter Wingxing Tower again, but this time, he was fully prepared and took Chu Yunlin and Gu Chenxi with him. Underscore 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 on. Chapter 23 Embark on the Journey Again. The three of them embarked on a journey to Wingxing Tower again, Encountering strange celestial phenomena and strange apparitions along the way, talking stars appeared in the night sky, and colorful text threads flowed between the trees. Lin Xiao realized that all this was not dangerous, but a test of wisdom and heart. He told himself, if we can overcome these tests, the Lin family will be able to recreate the brilliance of literary style. Chapter 24 Starlight Trial. Lin Xiao, Chu Yunlin, and Gu Chenexai entered the core of the Wingxing Tower, and the starlight above their heads fell like water. Every light falls reflects the deepest desires and fears in the heart. Lin Xiao's heart trembled suddenly when he saw his responsibility to his father and his confusion about the future. Gu Chenexai reminded softly, only by facing the light and not escaping can you pass the trial. Lin Xiao held his breath steadily and gradually reconciled with his inner fears, and the starlight slowly condensed into a transparent staircase, leading them deeper into the tower. Chapter 25 Strange Creatures. At the end of the stairs, an exotic courtyard appears, with several creatures that exist only in books and illusions, small creatures with wings like pages and eyes like ink beads flying in the air. Chu Yunlin exclaimed, these creatures seem to coexist with the meaning of the text and can sense the power of words. Lin Xiao tried to summon poetic power with the fragments of the ancient scroll, and successfully interacted with the creatures and obtained a clue. Every creature in the tower is the guardian of the trial. Chapter 26 Poetic Guarding. Lin Xiao and the three of them faced the first guard creature, a phoenix with ink-like feathers, and its call was as clear as poetry. The phoenix proposes a trial, use impromptu poetry to solve the riddles it recites. Lin Xiao secretly calculated in his heart, using the knowledge of his previous life combined with the inspiration of the solitary secret book, and completed it in one go, and the phoenix happily chirped, opening the next door for them. Chapter 27 Ancient Scroll Resonance. Deep inside the tower, Lin Xiao accidentally overlapped the solitary fragment with the symbols carved on the ground, and a strange light burst out. The symbol turns into a beam of light, illuminating the entire tower, as if to hint at a deeper secret. The Wingxing Pagoda is not a simple treasure, but a Wingxing training field. Lin Xiao felt an unprecedented realization. True power comes from the integration of heart and literary talent, not simply the accumulation of knowledge. Chapter 28 The Illusion Labyrinth. A rotating maze appeared inside the tower, and countless classic chapters were written on the walls, but the words changed as you thought. The three of them are lost, and each choice may lead to a different ending. Gu Chenexai proposed, believe in your own heart, and if your heart is right, the maze will open by itself. Lin Xiao understood the essence of the ancestral motto, universal love for all relatives and diligent study, and led everyone to find the right exit. Chapter 29 The Mysterious Book Spirit. A book spirit appeared deep in the labyrinth, calling himself Mo Ning, guarding the core of the Wingxing Tower. Mo Ning asked Lin Xiao to complete the final trial, to use his literary talent to influence all the creatures in the tower, so that the spiritual energy in the tower could be completely immobilized. Lin Xiao used the poetic inspiration of strange books and solitary books to gradually inject the meaning into the tower. Each poem turned into light and shadow, and the creatures' cohesion one by one, and the aura in the tower was very prosperous. Chapter 30 Star Pattern Formation. Lin Xiao finally came to the deepest part of the tower and discovered the star formation. Each text can gather literary energy, and if the formation is completed, it can turn the family's fortune around. He was cautious and combined the solitary secret book and fragments to complete the formation arrangement. In an instant, the formation emitted a bright light, illuminating the direction where the Lin family's portal was located, as if injecting new strength into the down and out family. Chapter 31 Return to the Lin family. Lin Xiao returned to the Lin family with the secret treasure and star formation obtained from the Wingxing Tower. The family's debts gradually resolved, the squire began to respect the Lin family, and the academy also invited him to give lectures, and his reputation grew. Lu Xiaoqing sighed, "Young master, you are finally no longer just the eldest son of a down-and-out scholarly family." Lin Xiao smiled, understanding that the real responsibility was still in his heart, to protect the solitary book and continue the family context. Chapter 32 New Hostility. However, the spread of fame also attracted new hostility. Shi Huijin was still unwilling to be exposed for the conspiracy, and he teamed up with foreign booksellers to try to seize the Lin family's ancient books. Lin Xiao conspired with Chu Yunlin to use the star formations and literary strategies learned in the tower to cleverly protect the books at home, and put the other party at a disadvantage. Lin Xiao felt that protecting the context is never just simple knowledge, but also requires wisdom and strategy. Chapter 33 Family Revival. The Lin family's courtyard is becoming more and more prosperous, and the fragrance of books is reappearing. Lin Xiao is famous for his ancient books and literary associations, attracting a new generation of talents and literati to join. Gu Zhenexi chose to stay in the Lin family to help organize ancient books, while Chu Yunlin became a long-term friend and literary partner. Lin Xiao stood in front of the study window, looking at the twinkling stars in the night sky, and silently recited the ancestral motto in his heart: "Respect the kindness of your parents, love all relatives, and study literature with your spare energy." He understood that the real rebirth of the Lin family had just begun. Chapter 34 The Book Festival. Lin Xiao decided to hold a grand literary meeting at home, inviting scribes and collectors from all over the world to participate. On the day of the event, the courtyard was filled with lanterns and books, and strange ink treasures were displayed in them, attracting everyone's attention. Lin Xiao personally guided the guests to appreciate the solitary books and ancient scroll fragments, and demonstrated the use of the star formation to condense the literary style, and everyone was amazed, and the Lin family became famous. Chapter 35 Mysterious Letter. After the event, Lin Xiao received an unsigned letter hinting at a deeper secret hidden behind the ancient scrolls, a lost literary soul power that can change people's hearts and the literary atmosphere of heaven and earth. Lin Xiao's heart was shocked, and he secretly decided, if he could find the literary soul, he could not only protect the Lin family, but also inherit the wisdom of the ancestral teachings and make the context last forever. Chapter 36 Night Visit to the Book Spirit. At night, Lin Xiao went to Wingxing Tower again, looking for clues to Wenhun. The light and shadow in the tower flipped, and the figure of Shu Lingmoning appeared, with a cold tone. "The literary soul is an extraordinary thing, only those with a good heart can get it." Lin Xiao answered the test with his literary talent and heart. Moning nodded, and introduced him into a bizarre book realm. The book turned into a river, and the words floated on the water, as if they were alive. Chapter 37 The Lost City of Books. Lin Xiao walks through the labyrinth of books, and every step needs to use poetry to resolve obstacles. Chu Yunlin and Gu Zhenexi guarded the entrance outside, but they also needed to solve external illusion puzzles to pass. Lin Xiao takes the heart as the core, combines ancestral teachings with the wisdom of ancient scrolls, and gradually approaches the place where the literary soul is. Chapter 38 The Test of Light and Shadow. Lin Xiao finally arrived at the center of the book realm, and the literary soul turned into a light and shadow girl, her tone soft but majestic. "If you can transform the world with literature, then I will protect you." Lin Xiao faced the trial of literary souls, and must integrate his ambitions, responsibilities to his family, and understanding of people's hearts into words. He combined the solitary book, fragments, and the ideas in his heart, and finally turned the literary soul into light and integrated it into his own literary style, greatly increasing his strength. Chapter 39 Return to the Present World. Lin Xiao returned to the Lin family with Wen Hun and found that the family's fortune and literary style were improved by Wen Hun. The solitary books in the study were automatically arranged into chapters, and the light and shadow flickered, as if congratulating the family on its rebirth. Lin Xiao was deeply pleased and understood that protection and inheritance do not rely solely on money or fame, but on the combination of heart and literary talent. Chapter 40 Shi Huijin returns. Shi Huijin saw that the Lin family's fortune was revived, and he felt jealous, so he united with foreign booksellers and some academy forces to launch a conspiracy against the Lin family again. Lin Xiao responded calmly, using the literary soul and star formation layout to protect and counteract the conspiracy. At a public meeting, he hinted at Shi Huijin's conspiracy with poetry, and everyone was shocked when they heard it, and Shi Huijin was embarrassed. Chapter 41 The strange book appears. When Lin Xiao was sorting out ancient books, he found that the fragments of strange books had a strange light, which actually resonated with the literary soul. The light led him to a hidden secretary's room, which contained unpublished peerless manuscripts of ancient ancestors. These manuscripts are not only exquisite, but also contain the ultimate wisdom of ancestral spirit and poetic creativity. Chapter 42 The Literary Landscape. Lin Xiao participated in the National Literary Conference with the power of ancient books and literary soul, and his poetry and literary talent amazed the four people. Scholars from all over the world came to admire it. The Lin family's reputation spread far and wide, and the former down-and-out scholarly family was completely restored. Chu Yunlin and Gu Chenxai assisted side by side, and the three formed a new force in the literary world, with a dual inheritance of literature and wisdom, and the Lin family gradually became a literary holy place. Chapter 43 Talking about the stars at night. At night, Lin Xiao, Chu Yunlin, and Gu Chenxai were talking at night in the courtyard. Stars were scattered, and the light and shadow were like poetry. Lin Xiao sighed. The revitalization of the family is not only about reputation or wealth, but about protecting the heart and wisdom, so that the context can last forever. Gu Chenxai smiled. Literary souls and ancient scrolls are just mediums, and the real power comes from your hearts. Chu Yunlin raised a glass, for the Lin family and for our Wen-I future. The three of them smiled at each other, and under the starlight, a new chapter of the Lin family's scholarly fragrance quietly began. Chapter 44 Sudden changes in the wind and clouds. Just when the Lin family was famous, there was an unprecedented turmoil inside and outside the academy. Shi Huijin joined forces with several foreign booksellers to secretly spread rumors that the Lin family's ancient books were fakes, trying to shake the Lin family's reputation. Lin Xiao responded calmly, combining the power of the literary soul with the wisdom of the ancient scroll fragments, and publicly displayed the solitary book and the star formation to prove the authenticity. In plain sight, Shi Huijin's conspiracy was completely exposed, and the Lin family's prestige reached a higher level. Chapter 45 The book spirit reappears. The book spirit of Wingxing Tower appeared again, praising Lin Xiao's heart and wisdom. Moning taught Lin Xiao the unopened part of the literary soul wisdom seal in the tower, so that he could further use the power of poetry and literature to protect his family and village. Lin Xiao felt full of strength in his heart, and knew that protecting the Lin family not only relied on talent, but also on his heart and benevolence. Chapter 46 The family is revived. The Lin family's house has been renovated, the courtyard is full of books, the study scrolls are neatly arranged, and the family atmosphere is new. Lu Xiaoqing, Gu Chenxai, and Chu Yunlin worked together to sort out the knowledge of orphan books and literary souls, and establish the Lin family literary classic library. Lin Xiao personally formulated a family teaching system, integrating the spirit of ancestral teachings into the daily learning of each child, and the family was revitalized, no longer a short-term prosperity, but a sustainable cultural inheritance. Chapter 47 Literary Events. Lin Xiao was invited to participate in the National Literary Conference, showing the achievements of literary soul and ancient scroll creation, causing a sensation. Talents from all over the world come to admire it, and the Lin family of scholars has officially become the center of the literary world. Chu Yunlin and Gu Jinexai helped guide young talents, and Lin Xiao was deeply pleased. The spirit of ancestral teachings finally took root. Chapter 48 Past and Repentance. Shi Huijin repented after his failure and took the initiative to ask Lin Xiao for advice on poetry and star formations. Lin Xiao adheres to the ancestral motto of universal love for all relatives, teaches Shi Huijin with a tolerant heart, and invites him to join the family cultural association. Shi Huijin was grateful and vowed to change his ways, from an enemy to a family and the help of the literary world. Lin Xiao understands that the real power is not only to protect the family, but also to educate people with virtue and continue the wisdom of context. Chapter 49 The soul of literature transforms into light. Lin Xiao completely integrated the power of literary soul with the family's solitary book in the courtyard at night, and light and shadow shrouded the entire Lin house. The ancient scroll and the literary soul form a river of light and shadow, which is poetic and picturesque, reflecting the spirit of the century-old ancestral teachings. He understands that the Lin family is not only a family of scholars, but also a cultural symbol of wisdom and benevolence. Chapter 50 Eternal Book Fragrance. Many years later, the Lin family's cultural background was stable, and the academy, literary society, and ancient book collection were all perfected. Lin Xiao stood in front of the window of the study, watching the new generation of children reciting ancient texts in the courtyard, silently reciting the ancestral motto in his heart: respect the kindness of parents, love all relatives, study literature with spare energy, and be diligent and incompetent. Gu Jinexai and Chu Yunlin were by their side, smiling. The stars are sprinkled, the light of the Lin family of scholarly families is immortal, and the wisdom of the solitary book and the literary soul will continue to be passed down to future generations and turn into an eternal scholarly legend. Chapter 51 Starlight Inheritance. When Lin Xiao was talking at night in the courtyard, he saw that the new generation of children was passionate about calligraphy and poetry, and he understood in his heart that the true rebirth of context is not just his own efforts, but to let the cultural spirit circulate in every generation. He decided to hold a family starlight literary meeting once a year, with the participation of the children of the Lin family and external talents to form an inheritance platform for cultural and meaningful exchanges. Chapter 52 New Adventures. When sorting out ancient books, Lin Xiao found a small star array hidden in the book, with flickering light and shadow, as if to suggest that the family still had unexplored wisdom. He, Chu Yunlin, and Gu Jinexai explored the secret room of the ancient house again and discovered a number of undisclosed poems and formations of ancient ancestors, which will become a new direction for the Lin family's literary research. Lin Xiao sighed, exploration is endless, and protection and inheritance require wisdom and curiosity at the same time. Chapter 53 Allies Join. Shi Huijin turned to assist the Lin family in sorting out ancient books and star formations, and his intelligence made up for Lin Xiao's shortcomings and made the Lin family's context more complete. A new generation of scribes and foreign talents joined the Lin Family Literature Association one after another, and the influence of the scholarly family began to transcend geography and gradually became a national cultural center. Lin Xiao knows that openness and cooperation are the key to the continuation of the family context. Chapter 54 Wisdom and Benevolence. When Lin Xiao gave a lecture in the courtyard, he said to young children, literary talent and wisdom are not the end, benevolence and heart are the foundation of the eternal existence of books. Gu Jinexai and Chu Yunlin assisted in guidance, and the ancient books of the Lin family not only inherited the skills, but also inherited the spirit of ancestral teachings. The children of the Lin family gradually understood that the light of the family is not just fame, but can enlighten people's hearts and nourish culture and wisdom. underscore 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 un. Chapter 55 The Reflection of the Galaxy. At night, Lin Xiao and the new generation of children watched the stars in the courtyard, and the light and shadow of the study reflected by the stars were picturesque. He felt the power of literary soul circulating in the family, and each child consciously learned and created with the spirit of ancestral teachings. Lin Xiao knew in his heart that the real rebirth of the Lin family had expanded from one person to the entire family, and even the entire literary world. Underscore 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 un. Chapter 56 The Ending. Lin Xiao stood in front of the study window, looking at the children reciting ancient texts in the courtyard, and silently thought in his heart, respect the kindness of parents, love all relatives, study literature with spare energy, and be diligent and incompetent. The wisdom of Wingxing Pagoda, solitary books, literary souls, and ancestral teachings has been integrated into the family bloodline, and the fragrance of the Lin family's books will last forever. Chu Yunlin and Gu Chenxi smiled at Lin Xiao, and the three of them looked at each other and smiled under the starlight. The hardships, trials, and challenges of the past have all turned into the light of family context and cultural inheritance. Lin Xiao understands that although the story has an end, the inheritance of scholarly fragrance and wisdom will never end. Underscore 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 un. Postscript: The fragrance of books is eternal. Starting with an accidental travel time by a college graduate, he experienced a down-and-out family, ancient book trials, Wingxing Tower adventures and literary soul practice, and finally revitalized the Lin family's context completely. The story tells us, true strength is not just knowledge or talent, but heart and benevolence. Inheritance is not only about protecting material things and reputation, but also about wisdom, culture, and spirituality. The bizarre and adventurous encounters are just the process, and the most important thing is the original intention and responsibility to the family and people's hearts. The Lin family's scholarly fragrance extends from a solitary book to a literary soul, and from one person's strength to the wisdom inheritance of the entire family and literary world, symbolizing the eternal circulation of scholarly culture. Every reader can also find their own literary soul in their hearts and light up their lives with literature and wisdom.